What is good, everybody? It is go time. And this is our final world game before we head back home. We are taking on the Milwaukee Bucks at the Bradley Center. Let's see if we can end this road swing with the win. Without further ado, let's get into it. Jack and Ernie.
The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Sprite.
Here in our NBA on 2K Sports studio, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal at your service. Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Dallas Mavericks. And right now, for Dallas, they certainly seem to be on a mission. They've gotten the job done in every way possible this season. They're sitting pretty with the best record in the league, East or West. You know, Shaq, we got it pretty good. It's a wonderful country. We're getting paid to watch these games. But let me pose this question. Who would you pay your good money to watch?
That's easy, Ernie. The Splash Brothers. There's something special about great shooting.
Take me to trash brothers.
When they shoot, and the sound that it makes when it goes through the net. It sounds like this. Yakum. Yakum.
How do you spell?
Yakum. Yeah. Y-A-K.
Whoa, I learn something new every day, even from Dr. O'Neal. Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr as we get set to bring you all the action. It's East versus West here in Milwaukee. Bucks hope to put on a show for this home crowd. And this matchup with the Mavericks is the first meeting of the season. They lost both of the matchups in this interconference battle a season ago. They like to change that now.
And these interconference matchups. Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
Yeah, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that again.
And Sanders kicks to Mayo. Fires from 14. That's good.
Oh, nice way there to get your first basket of the game.
Now Nelson.
O.J. Mayo, a smooth, long-range shooter with deep range. When he gets going, he can put up some big numbers.
And the shot is good from Nowitzki.
You know, that's one.
Get my boy Crusher in here. I know he sees me live.
Way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
On defense, Dallas. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Seemed like they hit every big shot they had in that game. Kevin, their offense was clicking, but really clutch in big moments.
That's ideally the way you want it to unfold on the road, Steve. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into the game.
And Mayo, 6'4", coming to the league. Some thought he could play the point guard position.
Yeah, but he's not a great penetrator or playmaker, and those are two things you have to do as a point guard. I think he's truly a shooting guard.
And the shot's good from Crowder.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Parker dishes to Henson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Give me one moment.
John Henson building on the promise of his rookie year, Steve, more than doubling his minutes last season.
Yeah, continuing that strong production. You know, he upped his field goal percentage, 6th in the league in blocks per game, and the length and athleticism and range to one day become, I think, an elite defender.
First free throw is good.
And you talk about Henson's rim protection. I tell you what, he's one of the best in the league at blocking shots without fouling. He keeps that separation between his body and the shot maker. Pretty impressive for a player in just his 2nd season in the NBA.
And he can't hit the second.
And for Henson, remember, he was the 2-time ACC Defensive Player of the Year, 2nd all-time in block shots after 3 years at North Carolina. He's young, but developed his great defense at the collegiate level.
Took him no time at all on that one. Knight's got his first 2 points of the night. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And it's Carter missing.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
Knight passes to Parker. Screened by Sanders. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
And stolen by Knight. Fast break, Milwaukee. Knight's running. That's good.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Nelson kicks to Nowitzki. Shoots a fader. That is good.
Looks like he might be on his game today, Clark.
So for the Bucks, their last game a loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And I think they can be proud of the way they performed. I mean, they executed. They really brought energy to the game. It just didn't go their way.
You know what? That was a tough game played in a tough environment on the road, Steve. And they were right in it until the closing moment.
Nelson, no luck.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's
pretty good foul.
They really challenged him.
Mayo kicks to Knight. Lets it go with a 3. Good. Knight's got 7.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Carter outside. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Well, you know, the Mavericks got back into the playoffs last season after missing the playoffs in 13. This is a team that expects to be a playoff factor. And aside from that one season, they've not missed the playoffs since 2000.
The shot's good from Henson.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Fades and shoots. And the shot is good from Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And you look at the legacy of success for the Mavs. You have to go back to 2000 to find the last time they had a losing season. Even in 2013, what they term a disappointing year, they went 500 in the cutthroat Western Conference. Pretty impressive.
Mayo kicks to Parker. Lock at 6. Carter against Mayo. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And you look at how much ownership can impact the team's fortunes for the first 20 years for the Mavericks. They've cracked 506 times, but they've done it in every season under current ownership.
Well, I know ownership is important, partner, but come on now. They do have Dirk Nowitzki, and he has a lot to do with that winning record as well. But no question about it, the Mavericks are clearly a first-rate franchise, and everybody from ownership on down can take pride in that.
Parker's shot is off.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Here's Crowder. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson. Nelson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
He's one of the guys they don't mind taking the 3 in transition when he's that open. He's lethal out there.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. At this point of the game, always important to stay focused, and while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all 3 of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, no question. Right. I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. And look at Steve, he has the Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Chris Middleton's checked in for Henson. Antetokounmpo comes in for Parker. Jared Bayless is checked in for O.J. Mayo. And Walters checks in for Knight. And it's blocked by Aldridge. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to...
No, good block. Good block.
A minute 42 left in the first quarter. 5 on the clock. Here's Bayless. Banked in off the glass. Bayless has got his first bucket of the night.
Mavs coach Rick Carlisle with over 2 decades of experience in the coaching ranks, now in his 13th season as a head coach.
Got that one up quick.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Here's Walters, and it's blocked by Aldridge. And here's the fast break. Udrih leading the way. Aminu with the bucket. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Boy, great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play. Testing everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
That's good.
I don't know how we're going to keep this pace up. Both teams on fire here early.
And playing the game on rollerblades, too.
Udrih dishes to right. And Dallas again with the bucket. 36 seconds left in the first. Here's Walters. He's guarded by Udrih. Screened by Sanders. Kicks it to Middleton. Passes it to Walters. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. Bayless the pass to Middleton. Screened by Sanders. Here is Bayless. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. It's Dallas. They finish off the first quarter on a 14-5 run. And we'll get it going after this from the Bradley Center.
Tuesday, December 9th, Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors take on LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Live from Cleveland. Big-time hoops coming your way.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
Bucks trail by 4. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play on the court for the Bucks. Walters out there with Jared Bayless. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Chris Middleton.
Yeah, I did the same thing earlier and I didn't get a call.
Roaming the paint.
Nate Walters with an impressive rookie season for a second-round pick. Started about half of the season for the Bucks, and I thought played with great composure, especially for a young player.
And that one falls for Walters. And Walter's a low-mistake rookie. Took care of the ball and set up his teammates.
You know, he focused really on making the simple play, and that's a good lesson for young players to learn. You're trying to find your way into the league. When you get opportunities, contribute and don't make mistakes.
Knights checked in for Milwaukee.
You know, last year the Bucks knew that to make the playoffs would be a real stretch. Strange, kind of, when you consider that the year before, 2013, they had gotten to the playoffs, but it just goes to show you things change quickly.
Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D. I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here. Because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. Well, it's been a great pairing in Dallas between Monte Ellis and Dirk Nowitzki. As Dirk said, he's been amazing for us. He's so athletic, so fast. I knew he could score the best of them, but the thing that surprised me is his playmaking off the pick-and-roll game. He makes my game a lot easier. Kevin, they make a great tandem.
Yeah, working together, they're a nightmare to defend, Doris. Thank you. That's tipped. Tries to keep it alive.
He's hitting me in the stomach as he do it.
As you guys are talking about, the winds of change can stir things up in a hurry in the NBA. And the Bucks are hoping things can change for the better, Steve, just as fast.
Well, luckily, with the pick they got and the changes they made, I mean, they're in a much better position this year. The postseason's still probably a stretch, but not completely out of the question in the Eastern Conference.
Kept alive. Here's Parker. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. The Bucks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Well, to this point in the season, guys are knocking down about 76% of their free throws.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Both good from the line that time.
Jabari Parker, a self-described obedient kid growing up in Chicago, maintained a 3.7 GPA through high school. He went so far as to say he had low self-esteem in his younger days. You don't often hear about that from NBA athletes, but it's a reality. Believe me, I see these guys. They often aren't as confident as you might think. But there's no reason for this guy to doubt his worth now, especially on the basketball.
Beautiful job angling his.
That's the other foul.
The big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Wright. And as humble as Jabari Parker seems off the court, Clark, he seems like one of those guys who flips a switch when he steps on the floor. Great motor, terrific hunger, real competitive.
Yeah, extremely competitive and confident and assertive. With his talent, when you add those attributes, you've got a guy that looks like he could be a potential all-star center.
Carter drives in.
Vince Carter in his day, one of the most electrifying players in the NBA, a superstar in Toronto, one of the all-time great highlight reel dunkers. Those days are behind him, but he remains a very valuable and at this point, maybe even underrated NBA player.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bucks.
They've got to be happy with their defense right now, and they're converting turnovers into points.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Mayo into the lane. Can't get it to go. And the Mavericks going the other way now.
And for Vince Carter, a quality defender and still a well-rounded contributor. He always had a nice breadth of skills. Now he does the little things that help you win.
Nowitzki with it. And it's Simpson picking him up. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Bucks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And Middleton kicks to Parker, and he gets it to go. Parker's got 4 this quarter. And for some superstars, they have a tough time accepting Clark a lesser role. Not Vince Carter.
You know, it's really impressive the way he's gracefully aged into becoming a quality 6 man, Kevin. I think it's a model for other aging superstars or former superstars to follow.
Dishes tonight. This one for 3. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Nowitzki against Parker. Nowitzki's shot's good.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway jumper, but he...
Stop being so negative.
So often what you're able to do on the road defines who you are as a team in the Western Conference, where you'll finish in that conference. Lucky for Dallas, they were a very strong road team.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Mayo dishing to Henson. Mayo the pass tonight. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Middleton. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that miss.
Parker with the steal. Here's Middleton, defended by Carter. Pass tonight for 3, and he gets it to go. Knight's got 10.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Jabari Parker, considered by many to be the most NBA ready of any rookies. The son of an NBA player. He's got a great IQ for the game. Can shoot, pass, and great character, too. He's humble, grounded, and very committed.
Sanders checked in for John Henson.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And no doubt. I mean, I wouldn't bet against him in that situation next time.
That's good.
Well, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Roland Parker, maybe the most skilled and well-rounded freshman in college basketball last year. He played a number of positions. Clark, where do you like?
Let's go Mavs Blue Heart.
Power forward, what's his fit?
I really think he's just a forward. You look at
Thank
the
you.
position you're facing, and where do you have the best advantage with him? His conditioning level has to be at the highest level for him to be most effective. I love his overall package. He can drive, he can put it on the floor, he can shoot it, he can rebound. I think he's going to be better defensively as long as he commits to conditioning his body.
And here are the Mavericks now. 7-point differential. Nelson with it. Now defended by Sanders. Nelson kicks to Carter. Here's Chandler, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Chandler's
See, y'all foul Vince Carter again.
Bucks leading by
Like I say, y'all call what y'all want to call.
Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Coach Jason Kidd taking over a young roster in Milwaukee. He said it's a lot of teaching. It's a process. These are young men that know how to play the game, but the NBA game is different. We want to get guys in big games so they can learn how to handle those situations. We feel we can do better than last year, and we will. Can he deliver, Kevin?
Great. Thanks, Doris.
Are you on a party chat?
By myself.
From 16 feet away, he cans it. Nowitzki's got 12 points in the game.
They're going to take tough outside shots. I mean, they're better off just firing from the three-point line.
Yeah, I agree with it. I mean, if you're going to be back there,
What kind of shot was that?
Three-point line, you might as well take the 3. Just step back and knock it down.
A different look for Milwaukee. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. Bayless comes in for OJ.
Why is he coming off the bench?
And Walters checks in for Knight. .58 seconds left in the second quarter. And it's Harris off the drive.
You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for
Yeah, another foul.
right to the rack.
And so it's Milwaukee now. 3-point lead. Walters dishes to Parker.
Man.
Stolen by Udrich. And here's the fast break. Udrich leading the way. That's good.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Yes, one thing to create a turnover, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity. That's even better.
Onda Tecumbo kicks to Walters. And stolen by Udrich. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. He lobs it up. The slam dunk by Aminu.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
And Walters kicks to Parker. It's stolen by Harris. Inside. Deflects the pass. And oh, here we go with Bayless. Nobody back. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
And we're through 2 here and a good one. Milwaukee.
I don't think I should attempt that last alley-oop.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Coach, how would you evaluate your team's performance thus far?
You know, I like where we're playing tonight, but, you know, 1 or 2 untimely turnovers, these guys are going to convert quickly, so we have to play an aggressive but precise game.
Coach, appreciate it. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
Dang, it's 10-6. 9 rebounds.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Nowitzki playing very well. 12 points, and he's picked up 1 dime. What touch he's got out there. He's hardly missed anything.
Now they've got to do
We can bounce back home.
Well, the time is now to do it.
Milwaukee in the lead. Well, one issue facing the Bucks in Milwaukee, the aging Bradley Center, built back in 1988. Both ownership and the league have said the team needs a new arena.
Yeah, agreed. They've looked for public financing. Unfortunately, after years of losing and lacking really any star power, the fan support has trailed off.
Here's who Rick Carlisle starting the second half with. Dirk and Chandler up front. Carter is out there with Nelson.
Yes, let do it, blue heart love you gesture.
And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Nelson. 14 points for Dirk Nowitzki. Milwaukee's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here.
Again, you look at the Bucks over the last couple of decades. They're in the bottom third of the league in wins and in attendance. Somewhat a catch-22 for Milwaukee without a new arena. And the team that the Bucks have had success that galvanizes support.
Mavericks trailed by 4. Carter outside. Launches it. That's good. Carter's got 8 points.
How about that for a response?
And we'll say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3.
Kyrie lol.
And now the fast break. Nelson with the ball. Here's Carter. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. And that's now 10 points for Vince Carter.
That was supposed to be an alley-oop for Carter.
They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Hansen sets a screen for Knight. Terrific design on the pick look. He lays it in. And the Bucks lead by 1. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
You know what? You're right. Neither side has been able to hang on to the lead for any kind of time at all.
Yeah, you're right. Well, 7 lead changes already.
No, go the other way.
Nelson, the pass to Crowder. He kicks it to Nowitzki. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Mavs ownership has made it clear their plans and hopes are that Dirk Nowitzki would remain a Maverick for the remainder of his Hall of Fame career. You look at what he's
meant to this team. The fourth most points scored with a single franchise in NBA history. A couple more seasons, and he could move up to third in that category.
That one is off. And Steve, you talk about Nowitzki's career with the Mavs, a perennial playoff contender, 2 trips to the finals, and of course.
Dang, I didn't want me to take the lead.
He's been the cornerstone. I mean, not just a great.
Dang, I didn't want me to take the lead, huh?
As well, just the way he approaches his work on a daily basis. The influence that he's had on that franchise is just remarkable.
Pleading face.
And vice versa has pretty much made the Mavericks over the last decade.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Brandon Knight last season traded for the other Brandon Jennings. They swapped teams, and Knight ended up with the Bucks. So far, so good. Knight over 2 years younger, and he had his best season yet.
Oh.
Carter dishes to Nowitzki. Fader on the way, and that one's good. Nowitzki's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
And for Knight last season, you know, he upped his rate of scoring and assists, all while lowering his turnovers. That's a nice combination there, showing promise as the Bucks point guard of the future.
No one near Mayo as he lets it go. The shot's good from Henson.
He's got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
That drive by Carter.
I had a chance to check out some of the stats for Larry Sanders. Over the last month, making major contributions, second in blocks, and his field goal percentage has been off the charts. He's in the top 5 in the NBA in terms of shooting accuracy.
And of the numbers you tossed out there, Steve, I think his blocks ranking may be the most impressive to me. I mean, that's some rugged defense this guy's been playing.
And he knocks down the first one.
Take a look here at what Carter's been doing. He has 11 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game.
Lightning. That's better.
I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
Carter hits them both. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. And Carter picks one up. And Brandon Knight, regarded as something of a combo guard coming into the league. A shooting guard's game, Steve, and a point guard's body.
Yeah, but it's encouraging to see his progress. You know, improving his assist-to-turnover ratio every season, and with his work ethic, I think he has a chance to make that adjustment to the point guard position.
Knight hits them both.
Brandon Knight primarily was effective as a spot-up three-point shooter in his first couple of seasons in the league, but he's getting better at attacking the rim and drawing fouls, and steadily increasing his attempts at the line.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. The feed to Mayo. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got 5 assists in the game.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Nelson kicks to Nowitzki. Fades away. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Fellas, that's been a go-to shot for him today.
Yeah, they found that sweet spot between the paint and the three-point line, and they're knocking a lot of those shots down.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
You wonder when you look back at it, just how significant a win Dirk had when he was able to get his championship.
Cole over. He's checked in for Dallas. White comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Well, free throw shooting. Such an important part of the NBA game. And as the two-guard position goes, these have been the best in the league over the last 10 games. Fourth.
Yeah, JJ Redick the best at 0-0-0.
Drive and slash, hoping to draw contact, because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's an automatic three-point play.
And you know what, Steve? Even if some calls go against him, you know, as a coach, you can accept it because when the calls go their way, they're automatic. cash money at the stripe, ATM time, so it more than makes up for the charge calls they might get whistled for.
They now take the lead. Crowder's got 9. Guys, you can tell how much it meant to Nowitzki to win that 2011 title. Validation and winning again, really now his motivation as he continues to play.
Well, he said at this age, for him to keep playing at a high level, it takes tremendous dedication year-round. I mean, he needs to feel that they can contend to keep himself going.
Well, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide-open opportunities.
Nelson, the pass to Wright, and the powerful one-handed slam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yeah, you got that right, Kevin. He's such a reliable finisher.
Knight dishes to Middleton. And the Bucks miss again.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Knight against Nelson. Carter right side. He feeds it to Wright. That's in there. Carter with the assist. And now a 6-point Maverick lead.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that pass.
Another timeout.
Timeout called the Bucks.
You know, he understandably doesn't like what's going on out there, and that's why he wants to talk things over during this timeout.
I think this is a good time to call a timeout. They just need to hit pause for a second and then reset as well.
And the Bucks with some changes. And Anthony Kumbo's checked in for Sanders. Bayless comes in for O.J. Mayer. And Nate Walters subbed in for Brandon Knight. Dallas also making some changes. Al Farouk Aminu, he's checked in for Crowder. Harris comes in for Vince Carter. And Zedrick in for Jameer Nelson. And Bayless kicks to Anda Tagumba to stop the run. And the shot is long.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He told them to be looking to attack in the open floor. He doesn't want them getting slowed down in half-court sets. He wants the fast break to be a major weapon. He was also adamant that they can take advantage of this defense with the use of solid ball screens in the pick-and-roll game. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
All right, Doris.
Well, the Bucks combination of John Henson, Barry Sanders, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, a combined wingspan of over 22 feet. That's some terrific defensive potential with that group.
And Wright kicks to Harris. And that one is back out.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Parker's checked in for Chris Middleton. .104 left in the third quarter of the game. And Walters kicks to Bayless. Pass to Henson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Parker, and he lays it straight in. Parker's got 4 this quarter.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in the second half, but I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Harris passes to Wright. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night. Bucks trail by 9. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And that one's good.
He's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Probably should hold for one shot here. Clock is on their side.
Yeah, no brainer. They can hold it for the last shot.
Now Udrich.
Don't give this up.
6 points for contest. Right wing. Here's Harris. Off on that one. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Mavericks lead by 6. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter.
Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies this Friday, 10 Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific.
And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
Dallas leading by 6. Out there with Parker. Then there's Nate Walters. Then there's Sanders. And it's Bayless in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Good. On to Tacumbo's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Milwaukee.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that one.
Nowitzki kicks to Aminu. Trying his luck deep. That's good.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Wasted no time on that one. 16 points for Parker.
How about the field goal percentage shooting this half, guys? It's gone through the roof.
Here's Nowitzki. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
And Parker, here we go. Here's Bayless. No good on the 3. Dallas has gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the 3-point shot.
Almost lost it. Lol. Nice one. Index pointing up.
Nowitzki inside. He's against Sanders. And it's Dallas with another.
Oh, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
Bucks trail by 8. Walters dishes to Parker. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Walters passes to Sanders. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Third is a chief.
Season in which Larry Sanders received the third.
Get him in his favorite spot, and he's going to connect.
Not to mention a 4-year, $44 million extension for the Bucks. Steve, a lot was expected last season.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot was not delivered. Injuries and various off-the-court issues kind of made it a season to forget for Sanders. So this year will be one of redemption. He needs to find that form from a couple of years ago.
A different look for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Mayo comes in for Jared Bayless. And Knight subbed in for Walters. And then for Dallas, Crowder, he's checked in for Aminu. Carter comes in for Devin Harris. And Nelson is subbed in for Udrih.
Injured players back in the squad.
Nope.
And Sanders, tearing a ligament in his thumb during an off-the-court scuffle early in the season. It cost him 6 weeks. And he just put together his best game of the season when a stray elbow fractured his right orbital bone and put him out of commission once again. Tough break. Some of it self-inflicted, some of it bad luck.
And for Sanders, the injury is unfortunate. I think some of the off-the-court decision-making issues were even more of a concern for the Bucks. That made him a big part of their future, and hoping they can rely on him moving forward.
And they'll tell him when they're coming back.
Job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
How huge has he been, getting his team to lift?
Without his work offensively, Steve, I don't know where they'd be. Shooting at great efficiency. I don't think they'd have a chance without him.
Out to Carter, out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Bucks trail by 6. Sanders with a screen on Nelson. Knight dishes to Sanders. No one near him. It's rebounded by Dallas. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Nelson, the pass to Nowitzki. Nelson with it. He's picked up by Parker. It's tipped and stolen by Knight. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. Defended by Nowitzki. Shot is off. Mavericks leading by 6. Nelson outside. Feeds to Nowitzki. Parker with the steal. Now, here's Knight. Tight defense on him. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
The entire defense was frozen for nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Nelson kicks to Nowitzki. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Henson shoved in for Milwaukee. Dallas calls timeout.
Well, the Mavs took some heat when they opted not to try to defend the 2011 championship with the same players, opting for cap room instead. And you know, they've swung and missed on some big names, but they've put together a really deep club with some very smart signings.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
And, you know, when it comes to Dirk Nowitzki, he has said, he's on the record as saying he wants to retire a Mavericks. Ownership, anyway, has reciprocated that desire, but the greatest player in franchise history deserves to finish out strong in legitimate contention, and they've committed the resources to try to make that be a reality.
The dish tonight. There's the pass to Henson. Shot clock at 6. Back to Knight. And the layup's good off the glass. Knight's got 4 this week. And for Nowitzki, he's made financial sacrifices to enable the Mavericks the cap space, Steve, to go out and construct this roster.
Yeah, only $26 million on the books before he was re-signed, so that left plenty of shopping money, and they spent it well.
And the shot is good from Nowitzki.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Henson sets a screen for Knight. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Knight's got 10 points in just the second half. It's Nelson up top. He's guarded by Knight. Nelson kicks to Crowder. Carter outside. Second shot opportunity and stolen by Knight. And it's the Bucks on the break. Shot is off. Good work defensively by Carter. Dallas leading by 4.
Don't give up this game, let go Mavs blue heart.
And misses it off the right side of the rim. Milwaukee is going 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Parker dishes to Knight. Sanders with a screen on Cook. Knight passes to Sanders. He got right to the cup using that screen. Sanders has got 6 points in the quarter.
The defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. The last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for the confidence.
A fadeaway, and the basket by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 33 points.
There's been no pressure from his standpoint in the fourth quarter. I mean, he's made 5 of the 6 shots.
Knight against Nelson. Up off the screen, and Knight slams it in.
Boy, that was a strong kick by Sanders.
104 left in the game. Nelson kicks to Nowitzki. Tries from 7. Yes!
Well, Dirk Nowitzki is a handful, and they're having a lot of trouble dealing with it.
And for Milwaukee, their shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. The Mavericks have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. Nelson, no one around him. Off target from outside.
He can't get anything to drop. And the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
Well, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. Huge points. That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that for desperate.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Nowitzki. Sinks it.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is safe.
Well, if not 100% safe, certainly 95%.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trailed by 4. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And obviously time is the big factor here because they need to get points fast and then go for the steal, and if not, a quick foul.
Hard as it is, you just have to hope the guy you send to the line doesn't convert.
Nobody near Parker. It's good! And what a sensational bucket to come down with it. And the Mavericks call time here. They're ahead by 1. 11 seconds left in the fourth. Seconds left in the game. Coming foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not on the penalty yet.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
And he commits the intentional foul. And he cannot get the first one to drop it on this. He's able to hit the second one.
That made me miss on purpose.
Knight to the inside, deflected, and he just stopped the clock, so there's a foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more though, and he does.
See, they're doing this on purpose.
And that makes it a 3-point lead. Throws it from deep, blocked, stuffed it. The rock. The one-man stop. So it's an arrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Dirk Nowitzki.
Close win. I thought we was going to lose it in the end. But we got the win nonetheless. I hope you enjoyed. I'd like to thank y'all for watching. And we are traveling back home to take on the Phoenix Suns in the next video. Thank y'all for watching. Peace out.